Welcome to Creative Freelance Income. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take this illustration and turn it into an iPhone case that can be ready to sell in just a matter of minutes. So to start off, we need the image that we're going to be using to turn into an iPhone case. In this instance, I've got an illustration that I've done of a macaque snow monkey. This was originally drawn out, sketched out with a mechanical pencil, and then I've watercoloured over the top of the lines. Then I've brought that into Photoshop and I've enhanced the colours and I've changed some of the brightness and the contrast and the levels. So around here I added some shadow and things. And then I've also made a background for the image. So if you look at the files here, these are the files for the monkey. So you can see some of the painting files and where I've been working into them, and different layers to make the shadow under the monkey. So you can see all of these kind of different things that I've been playing with there. So this is actually, if I zoom in, you can see this is watercolor. These are watercolor brush marks. But what I like to do with my images is I like them to look handmade. I don't want them to just look digital. So I kind of keep that handmade watercolor feel to them. So that's the monkey layer. This is the background layer, and I'm going to show you in a minute why I keep them all in separate layers. So why I keep the main image itself, why I keep that separate from the background, and you'll see why in a second. So the background is made up of some wood scans and textures, and then I've kind of used a spray brush, and I've used different lighting effects, and then I've put in there an image of some mountains, which from a holiday to the Lake District that I used. So you've got two layers, monkey and background. So the next thing we need to do is I've created a template that you can that's going to help you to position your image ready for Redbubble. Now Redbubble did used to supply a downloadable template. I've searched for it, can't find it, so that might just be me. But you can actually upload directly without this to Redbubble and use their online positioning. But I want to make sure I keep full control over the positioning of my main elements. And you'll see what I mean here. So if I open up the template, so you can download this if you go to www.creativefreelanceincome.com/Redbubble iPhone. If you download that, Redbubble iPhone, so creativefreelanceincome.com/Redbubble iPhone, you'll get this template. It's a PSD file, it's a Photoshop file, so you will need Photoshop or an image editing software that will take a PSD file, because you need the layers. So as you can see on here, you've got a background layer, you've got the template layer, and you've also got a cutout layer. So what we want to do is replace this background layer to start with. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take these two layers here of the monkey in the background, and we're going to press Shift and click and drag so that it centers as it drags in. And as you can see, it's absolutely massive. So if I free transform by pressing Command and T, and then if I just press the Shift and the Alt key, I can then bring that image down into size a little bit. Now this is where I need to keep everything in layers. As you can see here, if I, when this is finished transforming, if I turn off the template layer, you'll see that the background doesn't quite stretch into place. The image itself, this image, is actually around like an A4 or an A3 sort of dimension, and an iPhone case is a lot slimmer and taller, which means I need to adjust the background to fit the template. The reason why I haven't just done it as the size of the iPhone, and that's how I just make it the size of the iPhone in the first place, is that with this image I want to be able to use this image on an iPad, iPhone, T-shirt, and as prints. And this is the size that I want my print to be. So it's really high res, and it's the size that I want it to print at. So we need to adjust some of the dimensions to make it fit the iPhone. So let's come into this. Let's see what we're doing. So if I take this template off here, you can see that the background doesn't quite fit. So if I bring both of those into position here, it just doesn't quite fit. It's going to stretch and distort. So now that I've kind of got it in some sort of place, I'm going to select the background layer, open them up, And I'm going to select these layers here. So Shift and click to select multiple layers. Then I'm going to press Command and T to free transform, and I'm just going to stretch that up into position here. So now it fills the whole of this template. Let's just check some of this. I've got a little bit of white. If you notice here, I've got some white here. So that's going to need to be adjusted when it sets this layer. So I'm just going to nudge that up a little bit. And then just enlarge a little bit there. Just to make sure that all of that's covered. We don't want any kind of bits. Now, most of this will get cut off. But at the moment, that's the background in here. Now, what I might actually do is change the positioning of the mountains in a second when we alter the monkey. But we can come out of there, and now we're going to change the monkey. So this time, I'm going to select all of the monkey layers. I'm going to press the Command and T, and I'm going to just shrink it down a little bit. So now I've got full control. I've got control over the foreground and the background. So we're going to put that in there. And now we need to position Mr. Macaque so that it doesn't get cut off. So at the moment, this area here, if I put this cut out here, you'll be able to see that this is what you're going to actually get to see on an iPhone case. But this pink box in the middle is something that if you've got the important elements in here, it definitely won't get cut off by the camera and things like that. And this iPhone template also works for a Samsung Galaxy, which has got a slightly different layout. So if you make sure your important elements go in this pink box, you should be fine. So I'm going to just nudge it around. Wrong layer. I'm going to just select the monkey layer and then turn this auto select off here and select the monkey layer, and then I'm just going to pull it over like this. Now I'd quite like a large image on my iPhone cases, but if you notice here now, so I quite like this. The face, which is the most important part, is actually within that pink shape. And what I'm going to do now is just go back into the background layer. And if you notice, we're going to get the mountains in the background cut off. So I don't want them to cut off. So I'm just going to nudge the mountains down slightly, like that. I can turn this off a second to make sure nothing's being ruined. So that will be okay there. So that is now the actual image that I will be uploading to Redbubble. So this is what it's like, so we can see the template, and this is what it's going to be like when it prints. That's going to be the design. So I'm going to take those off there. I'm going to take that up there. I'm going to flatten the image and save it as. So I'm going to just go to Save As, and then we're going to save it to my desktop, and it's going to be Macaque iPhone. Can't spell. Macaque iPhone JPEG. So save that to the desktop. It's RGB in color because we're going to be uploading it to the web. Okay, so now we've got on the desktop the iPhone case. Next step, you need to sign up with Redbubble. So we go over to Redbubble, redbubble.com, sign up with an account. I'm going to sign in to my account. So I'm just going to quickly sign in. And once you've signed up with an account, you will be given a profile page like this, and you'll have your logo. You can upload your logo and upload as a profile picture and things like that. So what we do now is we go into here, and we're going to go to Add New Work. This is really simple. This is a matter of minutes. Time it. This is real time. We want to upload an iPhone case, so we're going to choose the image to upload. So choose the file there. Select the Macaque. Open. Now you can see this is the template that they give you. So you can move this image around, but because we've got it exactly the right size and we've had full control over it, we can actually see where it sits on the iPhone. And this is if it's for a Samsung. And let's go for an iPhone, which is what I've got. That's your iPhone case for a deflector, or an iPhone for a capsule, which is quite nice. So there we go. That's all fine. Let's upload it. Let's give it a title. A Macaque Snow Monkey. Give it a quick description. Now, you could probably name that something that's more search engine optimized, but I'm going for speed here. And I'm going to put in monkey, macaque, primate, snow. And these are actually Japanese, so Japanese and Japan. And then we can pick 2 of these. So I'm going to go for design and illustration and painting and digital art, sorry. That is basically it. So we can save the work. And in here, you've got the default view. So we can make it an iPhone case as a default. And I want it to be public because I'm quite happy straight away for that to be up ready to sell. So let's go to save. And there you go. You've got yourself a snow monkey. Now, all you need to do is set your price. £20.60, which is the lowest price I think that you can get, which I'm happy with that. And so you've got it there. These are the rest of the images that I've got. So that's it uploaded. So what we need to do now is do a little bit of marketing. An easy way to do that is to find a group that's around the subject that we've got here. So we want to find some groups that have got something about monkeys. So if we go back to the Redbubble main page, to the home page, and then scroll down, these are the groups I'm already in. But if I go into here and put find groups, and then type in there monkeys, and straight away there's a group primate art. So let's select primate art, and we want to join that group just here. We'll understand the group. That's basically telling you not to spam them and things like this. Then if we go back to the piece of work, so manage works, edit work here, and now what we're going to do is go to group submissions, and we're going to select the primate art. Now we've got best of British, doesn't really come under that. Strictly human faces, definitely doesn't come under that. Rage, I don't think we can go with that one. Digital modern portraiture, it's a kind of portrait, but it's a portrait of a monkey, so I don't think they're going to want it. And we've got splatter, smudges and smears and drips. Not really that, so it's only going to go for this one. So we save that, and we've now submitted it to the monkey group. Now some of them, some of the groups that you join, they're monitored. They have a moderation sort of process. They won't stick your work straight in there, but we can have a look and see if it's in there or not. So if we find the primate art, it might automatically upload, it might not. It doesn't look like it will, no. So they will then accept your image, and hopefully in a couple of days we'll get into this featured section here, or this recent work. So you can see you've got kind of Banksy style stuff here and that kind of thing. So let's see if that goes on there. Some of my other images, the best of British, it's appeared about 3 times, and I've sold 2 pieces directly from that group, so which is brilliant. Thanks for watching the video. If you know an artist who'd also benefit from seeing the video, then why not give it a share? I'm sure they'll appreciate it as much as I will, and it'll make you feel good as well. So until next time, take care, and thanks again.